Dear IAS aspirants, I am Ramraj, Joint Editor from School Education Department. I am presenting this video on behalf of Rajiv Gandhi Ias Academy in Chennai. The video has been prepared after analyzing the previous year's question papers of civil service and group 1 service examination. Therefore, this will be very useful for them. Kindly watch the video and offer your comments. Let us go to the second part of the Ramsar wetlands of India. So this is Loktak Lake, Manipur, one of the well-known wetlands all over the world. This is called floating lake because the vegetation you see in this lake are floating because of overgrowth of grasses all over the lake. Since the grasses are floating over the lake, it is called floating lake. The lake is also called Keibul Lamjawa National Park. So this has been asked several times in UPSC in different names, in two names, Loktak Lake, Keibul Lamjawa National Park. So since vegetation is floating on the lake, it is called a floating lake. The lake is heterogeneous mass of vegetation locally known as pundis. This is the local name of the heterogeneous vegetation found in the lake area. Important species are Sangai or Manipur bro, a type of deer. That is the common animal of that area. This is another photograph. Then next is East Kolkata Wetlands. This is UNESCO World Heritage Site for the following reasons. It is an UNESCO World Heritage Site for the following reasons. A model for multiple use of wetlands. The resources recovery system, that is using every waste as a raw material for produce another new product, is unique to this East Kolkata wetlands only. This has been developed by the rural common people of that area. So from time immemorial, for a long time, they have been doing this. So with little innovation here and there, they have developed the system. Uses urban wastewater for pisciculture. This is the largest area where pisciculture is being practiced in the municipal water after treating it properly in the conventional method. They are not using any modern method to treat the Kolkata sewage water. Again, the same treated water, that is naturally treated water, is being used for agriculture also. The area of the wetland is 4,000 hectares. Unique fauna of the area is ducks. This is Kolleri Lake, Andhra Pradesh Bird Sanctuary. Kolleri Lake, Andhra Pradesh Bird Sanctuary. Largest freshwater natural lake between Krishna and Godavari deltas. It is called Oxbow Lake also. The other name, geographical name for that lake is Oxbow Lake, because the shape of the lake resembles the shoe of a horse. Therefore, it is called Oxbow Lake. It lies between the deltas of Krishna and Godavari. Therefore, throughout the year there is water. This is more important. The problem is that the lake suffers due to eutrophication, that is, growth of excessive algae and plants due to high nutrients. Since it brings enormous amount of fertilizers from the field to the river mouth, they get accumulated in the lake. Therefore, the lake consists of highest nutrition amount, which favors the growth of algae. That is why it is a problem. How it is a problem? The vegetation consumes more oxygen from the water, thereby leaving the least amount of oxygen for other plants to grow. So the entire water is being formed by water hyacinth. That is the problem, water hyacinth. It is an invasive species, unwanted species. That is the problem when you add more nutrition to the lake. Common fauna is pelican, it is Narai. This is Point Calimar Wildlife Sanctuary. In Tamil it is called Kodiyakarai Paravaigal Sarnalayam. This is a photograph that depicts the Kodiyakarai area. Commonly known for the birds. Kodiyakarai is in Vedaranyam in Nagapattinam district. Sandpiper is the most common bird found there. It is one of the vulnerable species. Problem: increasing salinity is a threat to natural vegetation. How that increasing salinity is a threat to natural vegetation? When the salinity of the seawater at the mouth of a river increases beyond 35%, then the highest amount of salt water does not allow the plants to grow. They slowly die. So that is the problem. Wherever the salinity is high, the natural forests, they die slowly. Then Roper Wetlands, Punjab, is a bird sanctuary. Indian pangolin or ant eater is a common animal there. Why we are talking about this, you will know. Why we are talking about this pangolin or ant eater? Chinese pangolin, which is bigger in size than Indian pangolin, is believed to be the suspected source of COVID-19 virus. You should know that all wild animals carry huge amount of virus in their body. If you disturb either the species or their habitat, naturally the virus comes out and attacks human beings. That is what happened here also. But there is a difference of opinion regarding this concept. But anyhow, pangolin has huge amount of virus load that is capable of killing a man. So this is Sambar Lake in Rajasthan. This is the largest saltwater lake in India. Look at the map. The white patches refers to salt. Excess evaporation from the Rajasthan desert produces a salt. That is a problem. That is why the water has become salty and you have salt everywhere. Largest salt lake, then fauna, flamingo, nilgais. It's a type of goat found in that area. Next is, see this. This is about Sundarbans. Next slide is about Sundarbans. This is Royal Bengal tigers. Unique to Sundarban areas only. Royal Bengal tigers. This is commonly found only in Sundarban area. Sundarban, Wetlands, West Bengal. This is another fauna, spotted deer, found in that area. This again, Sundarban tigers, they catch fish and eat the fish. That is the peculiarity with these tigers. Again, Royal Bengal tigers, fish catching and eating Royal Bengal tigers. This one. Sundarban wetlands have 60% of India's mangroves. Why do we cite this point here? It has 60% of India's mangroves. We have mangroves all along the coast, both in east coast and west coast, where big rivers enter into sea. Wherever there is less salinity than the average salinity of the sea. But major area lies in Sundarbans. Now it is a problem now. Why? The amount of fresh water being discharged into Sundarban area from Brahmaputra and Ganges is slowly coming down. So because of this less amount of fresh water getting discharged into the Bay of Bengal, the salinity has increased. Therefore, the area of Sundarban is dwindling. That is a problem. Major problem, is a major threat. It is the largest cover of mangrove species in India. Then problems increase salinity and decrease in mangroves coverage. Again, decrease in fish population. So the fish population decreases further. The people who are living based on fishing, they have to move away from the Sundarbans to some other area. If there is no fish for the Sundarban tigers to eat, they will naturally enter into the villages. That is the problem. So it's again less amount of fish for the fishermen leads to two problems. It affects their livelihood. Again, it affects their lives. That is the problem now with the Sundarbans. This Somari Lake in Ladakh. This is one of the highest altitude lakes in Ladakh along the line of actual control, where there is a problem between India and China regarding withdrawal of troops. This is that lake. The peculiarity of the lake is that, see, this is a settlement. This is the actual location. Line of actual control, actual location. The problem is that it is a brackish water lake. It is salty at the height of 45-95 meters above mean sea level. Why it is salty? There is a problem. Because Himalayas came into being from below the sea. Therefore the mountain is salt. Therefore the water that is being drained from the Himalayas are also salty. Again, it is an inland drainage system. The lake is an inland lake. No means for evaporation, no means for draining out the water. Therefore, it is a salt lake. So the lake is protected by WWF of India. So this has been considered as a unique lake when compared to other lakes of the world. There are number of lakes elsewhere. Victoria Lake in Africa, another lake in Colombia. So all those are big lakes are there all over. In spite of all this, this is considered to be a unique lake. Therefore, the Indian chapter of the World Wide Fund for Nature has taken up the lake and is maintaining it. The area is endemic to black-necked crane. It's a Siberian type of Siberian crane commonly found in this area. Endemic to Tibetan wild ass. This found only in this area, commonly found in this area, that is in Sangtang Plateau. So the plateau is being inhabited by a grazing people, nomads called Changpas. So they produce Pashmina wool. You know, this is the costliest wool in the world. Now the government is taking steps to export these to the international market. Barley fields that are in Ladakh at Karjok is the highest cultivated land in the world. If they cultivate only barley there, this is the highest cultivated land when compared to other parts of the world. They have Andes hills also, but at this altitude, no part of the world is taking up cultivation. We are doing this. So Bactrian camels, golden vultures are endemic to this area. So next is Kumaragam, Kerala, Vembaladu Lake. So Kumaragam, known for floating boats, also called house boats. This famous one in Kumaragam area, that is in Vembaladu Lake, also called coal wetlands. This is also called a cold wetland, where every year a trophy is being held. Vallamkali boat race or Nehru Trophy boat race at Punnamada Lake. Punnamada Lake is part of Vembaladu Lake. Again, the Kumaragam also is part of this Vembaladu Lake. It's a big lake. Every part is called by different names. Kumaragam boat house is very famous, and Kuttanadu rice cultivation is most famous all over the world. It has been recognized as World Heritage Site because of one major reason. The area where rice is being cultivated is below the sea level. In spite of that, they are cultivating rice because the amount of fresh water being let out into the sea is more. Therefore, it safeguards seawater coming back to the field. Therefore, you are able to cultivate rice in that area below sea level. But the problem is that in 2020 floods of Kerala, this has been greatly affected. That is a problem. There is a threat. Again, there is the largest lake in India, second largest Ramsar site in India. Second largest Ramsar site in India. The first being the Sundarbans. This is about Ular Lake in Jammu and Kashmir. So this is how the Ular Lake looks like during non-rainy season. During dry seasons, all boats are being kept on the floor of the lake. This is during rainy season, water stagnation and ducks all over. So this is the flora of that area. Uller Lake area. Again, vegetation in the Uller Lake area. So, largest freshwater lake in India. That is the most important point about this. Water chestnut is a noted tree there. The major problem is human encroachment. You might have read in the newspapers that commonly people build houses inside the lake. Everywhere the problem is there, but here the problem is very severe. Next is Lunar Lake or Crater Lake in Maharashtra. It is here, this lake is here in this area. What is specialty of this lake? Let us see. See the shape of the lake. It is almost oval shape. How this lake was created? What is the importance of this lake? It's a crater lake. It's a crater lake. That is why the shape is like this. Formed due to meteorite action. See, this is fauna there, common fauna. Asian woolly neck bird is the common bird found in this area. Noted for that. The lake is an astrobleme. Astrobleme refers to a lake or a depression formed due to meteorite impact. Okay, if any foreign body from the universe side, from the atmosphere, come and hit that surface, the depression becomes a water body. Just like that, it has been formed about 50,000 years ago during Pleistocene geological period. Epo means period. So during Ice Age, this has been formed. It is because of this, it has been declared as Natural Geoheritage Monument. One of the important features, Natural Geoheritage Monument formed because of basalt rock crater. Crater means the mouth. Inland lake, therefore highly saline and alkaline. Fauna Asian woolly neck that we have seen already. So just like this Geoheritage Monument, we have one more in Arulur area where whole tree has become a fossil. Whole tree has become a fossil. Important Ramsar sites in India. We are getting minimum 2 questions or at least 1 question in UPSC and also in TNPSC. Therefore, realize the importance of this and kindly go through this and share your information. We are ready to give you satisfactory reply. So share your information to Rajiv Gandhi Ias Academy in Chennai. The contact number will be at the end. You can use that contact number and WhatsApp also.